Is it on? It's on? Do I have to be within a certain distance? Welcome everybody for the 4:15 tilt here today with Edina Green versus Edina White. Got our own internal civil war here. Edina Green's coming off a split last weekend up in Alexandria. Looks like we're going to have Lex Autumn in goal for the green team. You said it's not working. You're already getting texts? We got Cam Seedschlag taking over penalty box duties today. Cam, a native of Milwaukee, so it's a little sketch. Green team's going to start out with Craigness, Nedry, and Hannah Newcomb at forward. Helfrich and Chapman back at D. Green team dumps it in. Here comes Nedry to the middle. Tries to handle. The white team makes a nice play to knock it off her stick. Green team keeps it in. Down to Nedry. She loses it again to the white team. They're coming out to center. Good step there from Viv Helfrich to break up that play. She moves it up ice to Craigness. Craigness dumps it in deep, and they're on the forecheck. Craigness in the corner, going to work, tries to dump it to Nedry. Hannah Newcomb makes a play behind the net. Girls go off for an early change here. We're 1 minute into the game, and we've got an icing on the white team. Face off in the Edina White zone. We've got Ella Sauter at center, and we've got Nora Boylan, Tessa Cohen at the wing, Sweetser, and Mackenzie Levy back at D. Sweetser holds it in. Boylan makes a play on the puck. Ella knocks it into the corner. Cohen's along the board. She plays it back to the D. Sweetser tries to take a shot. Ooh, good tip there from Sauter. Nice save from the goalie. Sauter and Boylan in the corner working to get the puck. White team clears it out to center, and Sweetser's on it. Back into her zone, looking for somewhere to go. Goes up to Boylan. She gets it out to center. White team's right on it and back in the green team zone. Kenzie Levy back to play the puck. She gets it up to Sauter along the boards. Turns it over. Lex Autumn decides to cover up the puck, and we're going to get a line change. 13:22 left in the first period. Seedschlag, Ballard, Nedry up at forward. Helfrich and Chapman back at D. Mal's going to take the face-off here. Got a mouth guard check from the refs. Everybody's got to put the mouth guards in. Bit of a delay. Mal wins the faceoff. Ooh, the white team takes it right off the draw. Good shot there. Viv Helfrich takes the puck. Moves it down in her corner. Tries to get it out. Up to the point here. Viv's got the puck again. Mal recovers. Mal's going to take it up ice here. Nice move to get around the initial forward. Mal takes it in. Gets a shot off. Goalie makes a save. Mal plays the puck up to Nedry. Nedry tries to work it back to Mal. Mal comes off the boards with the puck. Gets a shot off. Ballard almost gets a tip. Chapman with a nice hold there at the point. Craigness is in now, along with Nora Boylan. Hannah Newcomb as well. White team's trying to get out of the zone. Good hold there from Newcomb on the point. She dumps it back in. Boylan with some pressure. Newcomb and Craigness on the puck now near the corner. White team comes out. Tries to make a pass. They're coming into the green zone. Nice block there from Sweetser on D. She picks up the puck and moves it up to Boylan. Up to Craigness. White team turns it over. Goes into their own corner here. Craigness is on the puck. Hannah Newcomb also below the goal line there. Makes the play back to Craigness. Craigness tries to center to Boylan. Boylan shoots. Big save from the goalie there. White team's forced to basically ice the puck there. We got 11:40 left in the first period. 2 shots on goal for Edina Green, 0 for Edina White. Got a bit of a mismatched lineup here today with a couple girls out. So this line, we bring out Sauter at center, Cohen and Nedry on the wings, Helfrich and Chapman back at D. Sauter takes the draw. They tie up. Nedry pulls it back to the D. Chapman's going to shoot. Good block from the D there, and that one goes out of play. Sauter's coming in to take the draw here again on the left side. Edina White wins the puck back to the D, but they turn it over. Good hold there by Chapman on the point again. Holding that line. Cohen's on the puck. Nedry's in on the forecheck, trying to force the turnover here. Edina White wraps it around. They get it out of the zone, but Sauter's on the puck. She moves it up to Cohen. Cohen comes back, does a nice little regroup there. Looking for somebody to pass it to, up to Nedry. Nedry dumps it into Sauter, and they're a bit offsides. Shout out to our viewers down in Arizona today. Little do they know that we're in early spring here in Minnesota, roughly 60 degrees, so we're enjoying ourselves. We got Boylan, Mal, and Ballard up there on forwards for the Edina Green. Helfrich and Chapman back at D. Helfrich dumps it in. Ballard's on the puck. She's going to get there, beat the white team to the puck, just misses it. Staying with it, working in the corner. Mal's into support now. She comes behind the goalie, looking for somewhere to go with the puck. Turns to the outside. Nicely moves the puck down to Newcomb, or to Ballard. Apologies there. Ballard shoots the puck. Just misses the net. Boylan's on the puck now. Moves it down to Mal. Mal goes up to the point. Levy's in at D now. She dumps it back down. Boylan's on the puck. She tries to move it across. Just doesn't connect. Viv takes a shot coming down. Little wide. McKenzie again holds, but Edina White does a nice job getting it out of the zone. Got Craigness, Nedry, and Newcomb out there at forward now. Sweetser and McKenzie. Levy back at D. Edina Green wins the face-off. Nedry's back into her zone to get the puck. She goes behind her net. Looks to get around the other team, but she turns it over coming out. Edina White on the puck, trying to get something together here. Nedry gets the puck. Moves it up to Craigness nicely, and they're off Cragnis into the zone, gets around the D. She fires top shelf on the backhand. Great goal from Cragnis. Nice to see her back in the lineup. We got a 1-0 lead for Edina Green. 9:48 left in the first period. Great play there from Cragnis coming in. Goes right around the D. We're going to leave Cragnis, Newcomb, and Nedry out there with Helfrich and Chapman back at D. Got another mouthguard check from the refs. So holding things up here. And we're ready to go. Puck drop. Cragnis wins it back. Hannah Newcomb picks up the puck, goes back to her D. Viv goes up the board to Nedry. Nedry tries to work it up to Cragnis. Dinah White does a good job. Works it over to Newcomb. Newcomb up to Cragnis. Just misses there. Good stick there from Hannah Newcomb. Knocks it back into the white zone. White team comes out. They break it up the right side boards. Regroup at center ice. They go back to their D. D moves it up ice. Just came out. Edina Green was barely offsides there. Tessa Cohen almost had a golden opportunity. 9:13 left in the first period. 1-0 Edina Green. We've got Sauter, Boylan, and Tessa Cohen up at forward. Mackenzie Levy and Sweetser back at D. Puck drop. Sauter loses the draw. Edina White takes over in their zone. Their D tries to go up the boards to their wing. Good pressure there from Edina Green. Tessa Cohen on the puck. Moves it down to Sauter below the goal line. Goes up to Boylan and just misses. Edina White clears it out. Boylan's on the puck. She's making a play. I've got a visitor with me, Mr. Dan Weary. Boylan in the zone, takes a shot. Ooh, sneaky shot. Good save by the Edina White goalie. Plays it back to the D. Mackenzie Levy walks in, shoots, just misses the net.
Did you see that assist over there? That's what? The assist from Nedry.
Yeah, Nedry probably could have put it on Cragnis' stick and stride a little bit better, but that's okay.
I thought she did.
She might have. I felt like it was a half stride off.
She was money.
It comes down to parenting. So we've got Nedry, Mal, and Ballard out there. Nedry's going below the net, just misses the puck. Mal's on it in the corner. I'm also on camera at this point. This is very distracting from Dan Weary. I'm not really sure what to do with this. Edina White comes out of the zone. Gets into the Edina Green zone. Trying to make a play below the net. Oh, it's coming out top. Good play. Edina White goes back to their D. Green team trying to get it out of the zone. Goes up the boards. Mal blocks the shot from the point. Sweetser's on it. She tries to go up to Ballard. Ballard goes back to Sweetser, who plays it back to Mackenzie Levy behind the net. She reverses. Goes up the boards again to Ballard, and Ballard gets it. Oh, she tried to clear it. Edina White kept it in. Back to Sweetser below the goal line. Mal comes in to support at center. Loses it to Edina White, but she gets it back over to Levy. Levy wraps it around. Edina White again holds the zone. Mal's back. She's going to go ahead and try to ice the puck, but no, Edina White plays it. So we play on. 7:25 left in the first. 1-0 Edina Green. Shots on goal are 5-0. We've got Newcomb, Boylan, and Cragnis out there at forward with Chapman and Helfrich on D. Edina White centers it. Almost gets a good play there. Lex Autumn with a couple big saves on that play. Little bit of a defensive breakdown there as Edina White gets their first shot of the game, and it was a golden opportunity. 7:07 left in the first. Refs checking the mouth guards again. 1-0 Edina Green. Cragnis, Boylan, and Newcomb out there at forward. Chapman and Helfrich at D. Waiting on the mouth guards. Here we go. Cragnis loses the draw. Hannah Newcomb's into the corner to get it. She's taking it up ice. Looking for somewhere to go. She does a nice board pass to Cragness, who moves in, tries to get it over to Boylan. Cragness is back on it. She wheels around, takes it into the corner, moves it below the goal line nicely to Boylan. Boylan tries to go to Newcomb. She just misses, and Edina White tries to get it out of the zone. Good hold there from Chapman, but Edina White does get it out. Here comes Helfrich on the rush alone. She shoots it, and the goalie just gets it with her paddle. Out to center, here comes Ella Sauter, trying to make a play. Good poke check there by Levy, and Sauter's off to the races. She goes wide, looking to move it to the front. Nowhere to go. She's still got the puck, goes down below to Cohen. Cohen circles out, tries to get it out front. Good shot. Sauter's on the puck. Looking to cut to the middle. Edina White just gets it out to center, so Edina Green's got to regroup here. Sauter tries to make the pass. Edina White knocks it down. Sweetser moves it up to Nedry. She comes down the right side, trying to get it in. She moves to the center. Just loses the puck. Cohen's on it, though. She goes behind the net. She's looking to score. Oh! Ooh, big save by the goalie. 5:42 left in the first. 1-0 Edina Green. Shots on goal. 8-1 in favor of the Green team. Nice save there from the goalie as Cohen came out in the slot and things opened up for her. We got Siedschlag, Ballard, and Boylan now. Siedschlag wins the draw, gets a quick shot, just misses wide. Boylan along the boards, tries to get to it. Helfrich drops down and gets the puck into the corner. Chapman tries to hold as well. Helfrich tries to get it down low, but Edina White knocks it out to center. Chapman on it. She dumps it back down. Edina White goes behind their net. They reverse it back to their other D, and they're coming right up the middle, but just disconnect there on the pass. Helfrich is on it. She's going to try and carry this into the zone. Might have had a... Looks like we don't get a call there. They've had a lot of speed coming into the zone. They were just offside. So we've got Sauter, Newcomb, and Nedry up at forward. Sweetser and Levy back at D. Shot. Sauter just disconnects on that face-off. Hannah Newcomb does a good job getting it down low. Sauter moving in on the puck. She's looking to make a play here, looking for an opening, goes back to the D. Sweetser just mishandles, and it comes back out to center. Good pressure there from Edina White on Sweetser, forcing a turnover. And they come into the zone. Levy reverses, tries to go up the boards. Newcomb's on the puck. Sweetser makes a play. Newcomb comes out to center. Edina White throws it back in offsides. 4:26 left in the first. Still 1-0 Edina Green. We got Siedschlag, Boylan, and Ballard up at forward here. We got another mouth guard check from the refs. Sweetser and Levy back at D. Drop the puck. Edina White wins the face-off back to their D. Good pressure there from Boylan. She forces a turnover, and Sweetser's on the puck back in their zone. Looking for somewhere to go with the puck. Gets it out of the zone. Edina White takes control. Mal's back on it into her zone. She's going to try and take it out the center here. Makes a nice move to cut to the middle. She's trying to get around the D, just fails to connect there. Sweetser holds it in on the point. Shot just wide. Edina White clears it to center, but Ella Sauter's on the puck here. She's going to try and make something happen. Carries it into the zone, and they were just offsides. .344 left in the first. Sauter, Ballard, Nedry up at forward. Helfrich and Chapman back at D. Drop the puck. Edina White wins it, but Nedry's on the puck coming into their zone. See if she can do anything, get around the D. Ballard does a nice job bumping them off the puck. Helfrich dumps it back in deep. Ballard's on the puck again, trying to force a turnover. Edina White clears it. We might have icing here. We'll see. Yep, and we get an icing. Edina White fans not happy about that call. .321 left here in the first period. Still 1-0 Edina Green. Sauter's going to take the draw. Puck drop. Edina White wins the draw back into their own corner here. Wraps it around. Helfrich does a nice job pinching in there. Keep the puck down low. Edina White again tries to go up the boards. Helfrich pinches again to hold it in. Edina wraps it around. Green holds it in again. And Edina White's on the puck, gets it out of the zone. They cut across and come into the Edina Green zone. Chapman's on it. Plays it up the boards to Nedry. Nedry just misses. 16 for Edina White. Tries to take a shot and partially fans on it. Sauter comes out, makes a nice move. She dumps it in and they go off for a change with 2:35 left in the first. Boylan, Seedschlag, and Newcomb out there at forward now for Edina Green. Edina White dumps it in the zone. Mackenzie Levy's on it. She plays it up the boards. Boylan's on it. She's coming up the ice here, comes into the zone, looking for somewhere to go. Takes it into the corner. Nice physical play there from Edina White to get her off the puck. Mal knocks it back to Levy. She dumps it back into the corner. Mal's on it. Newcomb picks up the puck, tries to move it back to Seedschlag. Edina White takes over behind the net. Levy pinches in, tries to hold. Nora Boylan does a great job of covering there for her defenseman as she pinched. And now Nora's coming in. Things open up, and she just misses the net on that shot. Edina White tries to play it out, but Ella Sauter comes in, gets him to turn it over, and almost creates something there. 1:40 left in the period. Edina White takes over behind their net. Their D comes out. She's looking to carry it up here to center ice. Trying to go on her own almost. Doesn't quite make it. Tessa Cohen picks up the puck going the other way. She carries it in, dumps it back to Levy, who tries to go back to Cohen. Good idea there. She moves it back to Cohen, who's coming out of the corner here. Tries to move it to Nedry, and Nedry buries it. Great pass from Cohen there. Nice setup. 1:09 left in the first. I believe that's going to be Nedry from Cohen and Levy. 2-0 Edina Green. Looks like we're going to keep this line out there. Sauter, Nedry, Cohen, Helfrich, and Chapman back at D. And we might get a penalty called at some point here if they have to keep checking the mouth guards. We'll see. Drop the puck. Sauter ties up. Cohen comes in nicely there to support her teammate, and they're just offsides. 1:03 left in the first period. Shots on goal 9-1 in favor of Edina Green. We're going to get a line change here. We're going to have Seedschlag, Boylan, and Ballard up at forward. Still the same D pairing of Helfrich and Chapman. Edina White wins the faceoff. They try to carry it out to center. Good step there. They get it deep into the Edina Green zone. Helfrich is on it. She tries to go up the boards. Edina White pinches there nicely. Trying to create a turnover here. Edina White goes in behind the Edina Green goal. Looking for somewhere to move the puck to. Tries to go across to the point, but Edina Green does a nice job intercepting. Edina White dumps it back in. Chapman takes over, gets the puck up nicely to Ballard there. She turns it over. Edina White comes in, gets it back into the corner. Tries to center, just fails to connect. Boylan tries to make the play. She gets dumped. Pretty physical play there from Edina White, but we play on. She moves it over to her D on the far side. She tries to get it down low. Good support there from Seedschlag at center, and Boylan intercepts it. She's coming out to center. 4 seconds left. She needs to shoot, and we're going to just run out of time. 2-0 after one. Edina Green. Shots on goal after the first period. 9-1 for Edina Green. Pretty solid period there for the Edina Green. Again, up 2-0 here as we go into the second period. Shots were 9-1 in favor of the Green team. They really controlled most of the pace of play that period. Did a good job keeping it in the Edina White zone and really forcing a lot of turnovers. Hopefully they keep that going here in the second period. Edina Green's going to start this period with Craigness at center, Newcomb and Nedry up at the wings, Sweetser and Levy back at D. We got the puck drop, and here we go. Craigness wins it back to the D. Sweetser plays it back over to Levy. She's going to come up the boards, try to get it up to Craigness. Just bounces off of her stick. Edina White's on the puck, and we're coming the other way. We move it into the Edina Green zone. Try to get a centering attempt there. Lex Autumn's going to go ahead and cover up the puck there. That could have been dangerous. Edina Green's going to change up their lines already here. We're going to get Sauter, Boylan, and Ballard. Keep the D pairing out there. Drop the puck. Sauter wins it back to her D in the corner. Sweetser moves it up nicely to Cohen, cross ice, and they're off to the races here. Cohen comes into the zone, moves it up to Sauter nicely, and it just bounces off of her stick. Really nice pass there from Cohen over to Sauter. Edina Green still pressuring, though, forces a turnover at Edina White's. Cohen's on the puck. She carries it down into the corner, moves it up, tries to get it to Boylan, but Sauter's on it. Boylan now recovers. She's playing it tough there in the corner along the board. Sauter moves it to Cohen. Cohen moves to the middle and again just rolls off her stick. Edina White just gets to clear. Edina Green is offsides here with 14:04 left in the first period. Edina Green goes through a full line change here. We've got Ballard, Seedschlag, and Nedry. Ref looking at the mouth guards once again. Helfrich and Chapman back at D. Drop the puck. Edina White wins the faceoff back into their net, but good forward checking pressure from Edina Green there. They're on it, on the boards. Seedschlag is on it. She's going to try to cut to the middle and just loses the puck. Edina White comes out of their zone, dumps it in, chases into the corner, goes behind the Edina Green net, tries to center it, and Edina White does get a decent shot there, but saved by Lex. Just their second shot of the game there for Edina White. 13:40 here left in the second period. Seedschlag stays in to take the draw. She wins it. Ballard tries to carry. Nedry supports her. She goes off the boards, and she's going to try to beat them to the puck. And she's in. She does beat them. She cuts to the middle and just misses. Big save from the Edina White goalie. Well, Nedry ends up in the penalty box there somehow. That's obviously bad parenting from her mom and dad. Apologies for that. So Edina White's going to go on the power play here with 13:22 left in the second. Edina Green wins the faceoff. They go up the boards, try to get it out. Nedry is getting a talking to by Cam Seedschlag in the box. Rightfully so for that physical play. Edina White tries to come into the zone. Edina Green tries to play it out, goes off the boards, not quite hard enough. Edina White shoots from the point, and they're in on it here on the power play. Just under 13 minutes left in the second period. Edina White carries it around the back of the net. Looking for somewhere to go. Oh, big save there by Autumn on a really nice play by Edina White. Dinah Green gets it out, up to Sauter. She's going to try and come in and do something with the puck. She goes in deep into the corner. Cragness is on the puck there. A nice forecheck there from Cragness to really delay that breakout attempt from the white team. And Sauter's going to just take the dog for a walk here a little bit. Kill some time nicely over to Sweetser. She goes behind her net over to Mackenzie Levy. And see if she can get it up to Sauter here out of the zone. Ooh, Ella might beat everybody to the puck here. Nice play there from Edina White to shield Ella off the puck. 45 seconds left in this power play for Edina White. They're carrying it into the green zone here. Shot from out deep. Good block there from Claire Sweetser. She gets it into the corner for Cragness. She's got some room to carry here. See what she does. Oh, she gets it over to Ella Sauter, and she dumps it in. 30 seconds left in the power play for Edina White. 11:50 left in the second period. Edina White tries to carry out of their zone, but Tessa Cohen does a great job turning them over. And she's going to keep the puck, make a nice play to stall. Edina White really isn't getting much going here in the power play. 11:30 left in the second period. Edina Green's going to take it out of their zone shorthanded here. Cohen tries to get it over to Hannah Newcomb, and she gets it out. Power play over. Newcomb with another steal. Nice play there from her. Edina White holds him out at the line. Oh, we got a little bit of a mishap there from RD, but she recovers, moves it up to Newcomb. Edina White turns him over, and Edina Green throws it down. We got an icing here with 11:01 left in the second period. Shots on goal, 10-3 in favor of Edina Green. 2-0 lead. Siedschlag, Boylan, and I believe Ballard up there at forward. Siedschlag in to take the draw. Tries to win it back, but the referee gets his foot in the way, and Edina White gets a really good shot off of that. In behind the Edina Green net. Edina White's got control of the puck, back to their point. She tries to shoot, but Mal blocks it. Mal's trying to go up the boards here to Nora. Nice play. Mal gets it out of the zone, and she's still on the puck. She kicks it up to herself. Comes in on a mini 2-on-1 here with Ballard. Shoots, big rebound. Boylan tries to get it. Puck is bouncing. Boylan makes a nice play out to Levy, who loses an edge out at the blue line. And the puck comes all the way back into the Edina Green zone. Sweetser's on it. She rings it around up to Boylan. Boylan just misses the puck. Edina White trying to put some pressure on here, but the green team isn't really giving up a lot. Edina White controls into the corner. The green team tries to tip it up to the point. Edina White takes another shot, but it's blocked by Edina Green. Got a battle for it here in the corner. Ballard, Siedschlag, and Levy back there for Edina Green. Puck's pinned up against the boards. Siedschlag gets it, tries to go up the boards. Edina White intercepts. Levy's on it. She tries to go up the boards again. Edina White's got two girls along the boards here. And now Levy dumps it all the way down on goal, so they avoid the icing. Get a full-scale line change here. Edina White comes out of their zone. They're trying to break it in. And it looks like they're going to ice the puck. 9:18 left here in the second period. 2-0 Edina Green. Cragness, Cohen, Nedry at forward, Helfrich, and Chapman back at D. Cragness is going to take the draw here in the Edina White zone. Drop the puck. She wins it back nicely to Cohen, who cuts to the middle, tries to get a shot. Edina White does a good job of deflecting that. They move it up the boards, trying to make a play here. Cohen's on the puck. She's going to move it in deep. Gets a shot. Edina White blocks it, goes behind the net, looking for somewhere to go, goes down to Cragness. Cragness back to Cohen. Ooh, for a grade A chance. Nice save there from Edina White on that play. Battle for it here along the boards. We got Cohen and Nedry in there. Cragness is going to end up with the puck. She goes in behind the Edina White net, moves it up to Cohen, back to Cragness. Cuts to the middle here on the goal line, looking for somewhere to go. Tries to get up to Nedry. Helfrich moves in. just misses wide. Good pressure here from the Edina Green. Keeping it in the Edina White zone. Edina White comes out. Heidelus trying to carry it for Edina White. Cragness is back on it for Edina Green, and she's going to dump it in and get some fresh skaters on the ice. They dump it in behind the Edina White goalie. They move it up the boards, try to break out. Green team is really making things difficult for Edina White, not giving them a lot of space to do much of anything. Playing really hard here. Newcomb comes up the boards. She's got Boylan and Sauter with her. Goes over to Boylan, just fails to connect. Boylan's in on it. Edina White comes out, tries to get a break, but they just fail to connect there. Sweetser goes up the boards. Boylan does a great job blocking that shot, but White recovers, gets a shot that gets in near Lex. Just missed the net on that shot. Green gets it out of the zone. White tries to regroup at center ice, and they're trying to get it back into the green zone. Had to come back out as they were off sides there. They play it back in deep. Levy's on the puck for Edina Green. Goes behind her net. Goes up the boards to Nedry. Nedry tries to chip it out and does get it over to Sauter. See if Sauter can get it to Newcomb coming in. Oh, Newcomb makes a nice play, but the D recovers. Edina White trying to recover here, trying to get it out of the zone. Viv makes a nice play to step up there. She's going to come in on her own. Dangles around a couple girls, looking for somewhere to go. Goes back to the point to Chapman. Chapman tries to get it back down to Helfrich. Edina White just gets it out of the zone. Helfrich has it in her skates. Ballard's going to try and bring it back in with Sietschlag. Great move from Ballard there. Mal shoots and scores. Top shelf goal for Sietschlag there. Great play. 3-0 Edina Green with 6:30 left in the second period. Shots on goal, 14-7 for Green. Sietschlag, Ballard, and Boylan out there still for Edina Green. Mal wins the faceoff, but Nora gets tied up. Back to Edina's D. Chapman plays it up to Mal. Mal's going to take it right up the middle here. With Boylan and Ballard on the rush with her. Mal gets another shot off there. Almost scores twice in the same shift. Good stick there from Boylan on the forecheck. Edina White has to regroup behind their net. They're trying to break out of their zone, but Cragness forces the turnover. She's coming towards the goal. She moves it over. Cohen just misses on that nice play. Cragness back to Cohen down below the goal line. Cohen's on the puck. She goes back down to Cragness. Boylan comes in to support. She takes it. She goes back down to Cragness nicely there. Got a nice little cycle game going here. Cragness comes out front. Claire holds the line nicely for Edina Green. She gets it back deep to Cragness. Cohen's on the puck. She's going to carry it out, and again it ends up back down with Cragness. Cohen's on the puck here along the board. She goes back to the point to Sweetser. Sweetser dumps it in low, and Cragness is back on it. Cragness looking for somewhere to go. She gets it to Boylan, who gets a backhand. Big save. Another shot for Boylan. 5:14 left here in the second. 3-0 Edina Green. Got Sauter, Newcomb, and Nedry out here at forward, and Helfrich and Chapman back at D. Sauter's going to come in and take the draw. Puck drop. Ella wins it over to Newcomb, back to Helfrich. She dumps it back down to Sauter. Edina White forces the turnover there. Sauter doing a good job of pressuring as Edina White comes out of the zone with a bit of speed here. Edina Green does a good job keeping that to the outside, though. Edina White back on the puck again. Oh, tricky bounce, but Rex Autumn makes a nice save there. 4:50 left in the second period. 3-0 Edina Green. Sauter, Newcomb, and Nedry still in it forward. Sauter takes the draw, wins it over Newcomb, but she gets tied up. Nedry chips it out. It gets interfered with coming out of the zone. Does get it out. Dinah White back on the puck here in their own end. Dinah Green putting some pressure on. Playing the puck physically there. And we get a whistle for offsides with 4:35 left in the second period. Ballard, Seedschlag, and Boylan up at forward. Sweetser and Levy back at D. Mal's going to take the draw here out center ice. Wins it back, gets caught up in her skates. Ballard tries to make the play, but Mal ends up taking the puck in on her own. Turns it over to Edina White. And they come out of their zone. Tried to set up a breakout pass there. It didn't connect. Levy's back in her zone to play it up the wall. Up to Boylan. She tries to go to Seedschlag, who was ahead of the play. Ballard's in on the puck. She tries to move it up the boards. Dinah White gets it back in deep. Tries to get it up to center, but Lex Autumn does a good job covering up there with 4:04 left in the first. Cohen, Kragnes, Nedry up at forward. We got our deep pairings of Helfrich and Chapman. Kragnes going to take this draw to the left of Autumn. Tries to win it. They do win it back to their D. Helfrich is on it. She plays it up the boards. Tries to get it to Cohen. Dinah White knocks off the puck. Kragnes gets her stick on it, but Dinah White ends up back on it, and they score. 3:52 left in the second. Dinah White scores on a shot from the slot after a quick turnover there from Edina Green. 3-1. Shots are 16-10. Dinah White fans are pretty excited by that play. (3-1), 3:52 left in the second here. Edina Green counters here with Sauter, Newcomb, and Boylan at forward. Sauter wins the draw, but it gets caught up in her skates. Dinah White comes in, fires the puck on Autumn, and she's going to cover up. Dinah White taking a little bit of extra liberty there, trying to come in on Lex. Lex didn't appreciate that. We're going to swap out Sauter here for Seedschlag on the draw. So Lex is left. Now takes the draw. Edina Green wins the draw. Levy's going to carry it out. She's got some room here to carry it in. Comes in with Boylan, makes a nice move to get around the D, and she shoots. Big save from the goalie. Really nice play there from Levy. Love it when the D take it up on the rush like that and really creates a lot of problems for Edina White. Newcomb along the boards. Sweetser keeps it in. Gets the puck back down low. Dinah White recovers behind their net. Gets it out of the zone. Sweetser's back there trying to stop Edina White. She fires it wide. Comes back around. Edina White on the puck with 3:05 left in the first. Back to their point for a shot. They keep it in. Seedschlag's on it. She gets it out of the zone. Ballard's going to chase, so she might beat them to the puck here. Gets a good shot, just misses wide. Good job from Ballard there, getting the puck down low. We had a whistle there when the puck was not covered. Ref puts up his arm saying, my fault, my fault. Definitely could have killed the chance there from Edina Green, but we get a face-off here with 2:44 left in the second. 3-1 Edina Green. Sauter, Ballard, Nedry up at forward. Chapman, Helfrich back at D. Sauter's going to take the draw. Got something going on with the refs here. I'm not sure what he's doing. He's waving people off. If it's the mouth guard issue again or what? Not sure what's going on here, but we're getting somebody kicked off the ice for Edina White. It's causing a bit of a delay here. Puck drop, Sauter takes the draw, tries to win it back. It's tied up. Ballard tries to come in and support, but Edina White gets it off to the boards. Edina White goes up the boards. Helfrich holds down to Sauter. Sauter comes off the boards here, tries to move the puck. Chapman misplays, and here comes Heidela in on Helfrich. Helfrich shuts that down pretty easily. Nice play from Viv there. Edina White tries to center. Gets turned over to Edina Green, and we got a scrum here along the boards. Edina Green tries to clear it out up the boards, but Edina White dumps it back in. Helfrich back behind the net to recover the puck. Edina White does a good job of turning it over there. We go into the corner again. Sauter picks up the puck. She's going to take the puck out to center here with some speed. Comes into the zone. Line mates are off on a change, but Sauter holds on to the puck, makes a nice pass up to Cohen. Just fails to connect there. Levy back at the point, dumps it back in, and it goes out of play with 1:44 left here in the second. 3-1 Edina Green. Shot 17-11 in favor of Edina Green. Craigness, Cohen, and Boylan up at forward. Sweetser and Levy back at D for an offensive zone draw. Craigness is going to take this. Taps it into the corner nicely, but doesn't quite get there. Edina White did a good job of fending her off the puck there, but she still got to tie them up along the boards. Cohen tries to make a play out to the middle, and she gets pulled down. No call. Craigness doing a good job on the forecheck there as well. Here comes Boylan. She's coming in with some speed. Looks like she's going to move it over and just fails to connect there with Levy. Really good look from Boylan over to Levy, pinching in on that play. Again, the defense being very active in this game. It's nice to see them getting involved with the play. Edina White comes out of their zone, comes over the blue line, tries to get a shot, but Sweetser does a great job of calmly blocking that into the corner. Levy moves it up to Craigness, and she's going to come out to center, move it over to Boylan. Boylan brings it into the zone, gets a shot from outside, and the goalie covers. 51 seconds left in the second period. 3-1 Edina Green. Good pace to this game. Girls are playing hard. We got Seitschlag, Nedry, and Newcomb out at forward, and then Chapman and Helfrich back at deep. Seitschlag's going to take the draw here to the goalie's right. Loses it. Edina White throws it back behind their net. They're going to try and break out here, but Green's going to try and get on the forecheck with 45 seconds left in the period. Newcomb does a good job putting the pressure on, turns it over, and Mal's got the puck here in the corner. She cuts to the middle. Big shot. Oh, big save from the goalie. Couple really good chances there for Edina Green. 33 seconds left in the period. 3-1 Edina Green. We're going to keep the same line of forwards and D out there for the Edina Green. Mal's going to take the draw. Mouth guard check again. Mal loses the draw to White, but the Green's going to put some pressure on here to try and turn the puck over. Chapman does a nice job holding the corner. Seitschlag's on it. Chapman holds it again. Edina White blocks the puck. Seitschlag again turns them over here. Nedry's on the puck. She's going to try and carry into the corner. Gets tied up. Nice job there from Edina White, and they're coming out of their zone. But good hold there from Helfrich. She's going to pinch up again here and make a nice play on the puck, and she's going to come in. Tries to go back to Mal as time runs out here in the second. Another no call. Refs are definitely letting them play today. 3-1 after 2 periods. Edina Green ahead. Shots on goal 19-11 in favor of Green. .14 minutes left here in the third period. We got Boylan, Siedschlag, and Cohen up at forward for Edina Green. 3-1 game. Centering pass, Claire Sweetser just takes a shot from the point, just misses the net. Siedschlag's on it behind the net, but Edina White goes up the boards and out of the zone. Levy's back to recover for Edina Green with some pressure on her. Turns and tries to go up the boards to Boylan. Edina White holds the zone barely. Edina Green almost had a chance to come out. Boylan clears the puck up the boards and back into the Edina White zone with 13:30 left here in the third period. Edina White tries to play it up the boards. Cragness does a nice job intercepting there. She tries to make a play, stays on the puck, tries to move it over to Nedry, who's on the puck behind the net, but Edina White takes over control. They reverse back behind their net, but Cragness is on it again, trying to pressure Edina White as they're coming out of the zone. Forces a turnover. Nedry's on it. She tries to move it up to Hannah Newcomb. And that wasn't Newcomb, pardon me. That was Ballard who draws the penalty there, and a great play there from Edina Green. 12:52 left in the third period. Edina Green's going to go on the power play, up 3-1. Looks like we got a tripping call against Edina White. Going to come out here with Cragness, Sauter, and Siedschlag at the forward, and then we got Helfrich and Sweetser back at D. Sauter takes the draw, loses it, but Mal comes in. She plays it down to Cragness and below the goal line there. She goes back up to Ella along the boards. Ella carries in below the goal line, down to Cragness. Had Mal in the back door, but just couldn't quite get the pass off. She stays on the puck. Ella cuts to the middle here, cuts down low, right across the middle, walks right in and misses the net. Just barely. Great play there from Sauter. She's on the puck behind the net, plays it over to Cragness. She tries to play it up to Viv. Viv had snuck in. Big shot there from Sauter. Rebound kicks over, and Mal Siedschlag buries the shot there. 12:20 left in the third period. Shots on goal now 21-11, and Edina Green's up 4-1. Great play there on the power play from Sauter, Cragness, and Siedschlag to get that one buried. We're going to have Siedschlag, Newcomb, and Boylan up at forward here to take this face-off. Sweetser and Levy back at D. Edina White wins the draw back into their zone. Goes up the boards to their forward. Turn it over to Newcomb. The puck goes out of play. 12:11 left in the third period here. 4-1 game for Edina Green. Puck drop here. Siedschlag wins it over to Newcomb, and she dumps it down into the zone, and Boylan's in on the forecheck, coming in hard here behind the net. Forces a turnover. Great job there by Nora. She wins it over to Mal. Mal plays it up to the D for the one-timer. Ooh, good shot there from Levy, just wide of the net. Boylan back on the puck in the boards. Tries to play over to Newcomb. Doesn't connect, and Edina White comes out, but they're going to ice the puck here. Good pressure to start this period from Edina Green. 11:45 left in the third period. 4-1 lead. We're going to have Sauter, Cohen, and Nedry here at forward. Helfrich and Chapman back at D. Sauter's going to take the draw. And she gets booted for the mouth guard. So we're going to have to get another center out here. Boylan's going to come in and take the draw. She wins it over Nedry, who goes back to Helfrich at the point. Helfrich dumps it down low. Cohen's on the puck. She gets checked off on the play. White tries to come up the board. Helfrich tries to hold, but Edina White gets it out. All the way down for icing. We'll do it again. Sauter back on the ice now, trying to fix that mouth guard. Refs are really on top of that here today. Sauter, Nedry, and Cohen at the forward spots. Sauter wins it into the corner. Nedry goes down. She gets pushed off the puck by the D. Sauter's into support. Tries to make the play. Forces the turnover. Edina White comes away with the puck, though. And they clear it all the way down. Looks like they're going to wave the icing here, so Autumn plays it. D goes up the boards to Cohen. Cohen tries to make a play. Turns it over to Edina White. They come back into the zone. Helfrich is on the puck there as it goes below the goal line. Sauter and Helfrich on the puck for Edina Green. Sauter takes control behind the net, tries to play it up the boards. Nobody there. Edina White D pinches, gets a shot. Lex makes a nice save, and we're going to get a face-off. 10:50 left here in the third. 4-1 Edina Green. Sietschlag in on the draw. She's out there with Ballard and Boylan. Boylan tries to take it out of the zone. Edina White tries to throw it back in, and they're offsides. We'll do it again here out at center ice. Mel, Ava, and Nora up at forward. Mel's in on the draw. Ref drops the puck very quickly there before everybody was set. Edina White's on it here at center. They try to regroup, but they turn it over to Ballard. Ballard's going to come in with a little bit of speed here. Takes it wide. Gets her on the D. Tries to get it over to Sietschlag, but she was tied up. Goes down behind the net. Looks like Mal's okay. Back in the play. Edina White comes out of their zone up the right side. They move it in and get it in deep. Sweetser's back into play for Edina Green. She goes up the boards to Boylan. Boylan tries to tip it over to Sietschlag, and she does get to it. Here comes Ballard. Edina White makes the play. Caused the turnover. Ballard had some good speed going there. Could have been trouble for Edina Green. Edina Green tries to come up the boards, turn it over. Sweetser goes up the boards on the other side to Boylan. Edina White pinches back to Sweetser. She gets it back out to center for Boylan, Ballard, and Sietschlag, so we'll see. Boylan just offsides there coming into the zone. 9:47 left in the third period. 4-1 Edina Green. Sauter, Nedry, and Newcomb up forward. Helfrich and Chapman back at D. Got yet another mouthguard check from the refs. Drop the puck. Sauter wins it back to Helfrich, and she's going to look to make a play up ice. She goes back to Hannah Newcomb. Nice pass there. Reverse it. Newcomb comes in. Shoots the puck. Big save. Rebound. Nice play there from Green, though. Shot there from the point from Viv Helfrich. Goes into the corner. Edina White's on it. Edina Green's in on the forecheck. Nedry's on the puck. Gets it over to Newcomb. She tries to make a play. She gets it over in the corner. Chapman pitches in nicely to make a play on the puck. She's down low now. Trying to pinch in. Does a good job there. Sauter creates the turnover. Back to Newcomb. Newcomb comes out to center here. Edina's going to regroup. That's Helfrich with the puck. She comes in. She's going to shoot. Just misses wide. Edina White recovers, and they're going to come up the left side here. Ooh, Mal Sietschlag makes a great play. Caused that turnover coming out of the zone. Edina White's on the puck. They're trying to break out here up the middle. Edina Green not giving them much room to work with. Mackenzie Levy back on the puck. She's going to carry it up ice. Come into the Edina White zone. She's going to dump it deep, and Sietschlag's going to go in on the forecheck. Sietschlag, Boylan, and Cohen at forward. Mal's going to come out of the corner here and rip it. Good block there from Edina White. She goes back to her point. Sweetser barely keeps it in. Mal's going to dump it all the way into the corner, and Cohen's on it. Looking for somewhere to go with the puck. She's going to cut out to the middle, and she gets tripped. We're going to get a power play here out of that. Boylan's on the puck. Edina White touches, and Edina Green's going to go on the power play with 8:06 left in the third period. 4-1 lead for Edina Green. Shots on goal 25-12. We're going to roll with Sauter, Nedry, and Cohen here on the power play. Scratch that. Sauter's come off. Boylan's going to take the draw with Helfrich and Sweetser back at the point. Referee drops the puck after a bit of a delay. Boylan wins it. They go back to the point. Sweetser with the puck. She's going to shoot. Nedry tries to get the tip. Just misses. Edina White clears the puck all the way down. I don't think this is going to make it down for icing, so Edina Green's going to have to carry it. Viv Helfrich is going to take the puck. She's going to rush it up the ice here, right up the middle. With a lot of speed, she's going to come in, go down below the Edina White goal, move it back to her point to Sweetser. Sweetser's going to play the puck down to Cohen. Cohen's going to come off the boards here with the puck. She's going to work it down to Boylan. Boylan's going to go back up to the point. Back down to Boylan along the boards. Oh, she tries to make a little give and go play there with Boylan. Good job there from Edina White to break that one up. Boylan along the board. She goes down to Cohen. Cohen's going to move towards the middle, try to go. Ends up below the goal line. She's still got the puck, looking for somewhere to go. Goes to the point. Sweetser shoots. It's blocked. And out to center. Sweetser loses an edge, but Viv's there to recover. She moves it up to Nedry, who gets it over to Boylan, coming into the zone. Boylan's going to shoot. Tricky shot with the rebound. 6:50 left here in the third period, pardon me. Edina White's on the PK. Edina Green's trying to get it back into the zone to get set up, but Edina White's going to push it back in. Levy's going to take it up. Get it deep as the rest of the Hornets go off for a change. Wait for her teammates to get there. She tries to center, nobody there on the play. Chapman holds it in, down the boards to Mal. Mal's in the corner now, going to work. Tries to center again, nobody there. Levy catches the puck,